the DBM proposed or recommended a budget of 2.037 billion for the OVP. Kami naman po, ang Committee on Appropriations yesterday recommended, to be exact, 733,198 million pesos, which means merong cut of 1.293159 billion pesos. Minabuti po naming ibalik po siya sa levels ng 2022 na kung saan ang Vice President natin noon only maintained a single office. Ang mapupunta po sa AIX ay additional 646,532,796. At sa MAIFIP naman, ang dagdag po dyan is 646,533,796. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Yesterday, the Committee on Appropriations decided to recommend a reduced budget for the Office of the Vice President, and the reduction shall be split by the DSWD AIX program and the DOH MAIFIP program. So ipapaliwanag ko lang po na ang decision na ito ay isang committee decision. Ang Committee on Appropriations has 139 members, and with respect to the budget cut of the OVP, ito po ay naging unanimous decision among the members. At lilinawin ko rin po na hindi pa ito final approval ng Congress, ito po ay recommendation pa lang po ng Committee on Appropriations for the plenary. At kagabi naman po ay nag-second reading na rin po ang approved committee report na kung saan nakapaloob ang recommendation ng reduced budget for the OVP. So which means nakakalendar na po ang General Appropriations Bill as amended for plenary debates beginning September 16. And hopefully po, kung masusunod po namin ang schedule, hopefully, sana po wala masyadong mangyaring, masyadong eventful, ay matatapos po namin maaprubahan on third reading ang General Appropriations Bill by September 25. So yun po. At ilinawin ko rin po na meron pang another round of amendments. At ito po will be sa plenary na po, doon na nga po on the week of September 16 to September 25. So, ang nangyari po is, while the Office of the Vice President, the DBM, proposed or recommended a budget of 2.037 billion for the OVP, kami naman po, ang Committee on Appropriations yesterday recommended, to be exact, 733,198 million pesos, which means merong cut of 1.293159 billion pesos. At ang reduction na yan ay ililipat po sa dalawang ahensya. And as I had mentioned earlier, for two programs, the DSWD AIX program, which is assistance for individuals in crisis situations, and the DOH MAIFIP, or the medical assistance for indigent and financially incapacitated patients. In other words, dalawa pong very important social protection programs ng ating gobyerno. So, ang specific items po na pinanggalingan nitong total cut of 1.293 billion pesos ay as follows: financial assistance, professional services, utility expenses, supplies and materials, as well as lease expenses. And ang dahilan po kung bakit ang items na ito ang naapektuhan, lahat po ay nanggaling po sa lahat po ng narinig po natin doon po sa dalawang hearings na naganap in the last weeks. So, mamaya po kung mayroon kayong katanungan on the details, I can provide those to you. So, So siguro just one last note before I take in questions. So again, we have one more round of amendments. Lilinawin ko, hindi pa ito final approval ng Congress. Meron pa tayong plenary debates. And pagkatapos po mapadala ang House version of GAB to the Senate, magkakaroon siyempre ng Senate deliberations. After ma-approve ang Senate version, meron pang bicameral meeting. After that, magkakaroon pa po ng ratification, meaning babalik pa po yan to both Congress and the Senate. And then after that, magkakaroon pa po ng President's approval because as you know, the President can veto and ang veto po is pwede po on a line item basis. In other words po, ganun po kahaba ang proseso ng ating budget approval, budget process at malinaw po na napakarami pong tao na involved dito po sa pag-aproba ng budget. Hindi lang po 2 tao. And of course, after the budget is approved, alam naman po natin, ang budget execution is solely by the executive. So yun na lang muna po and I'm willing po to take questions.
Hi po, mauna na po ako. Kong Stella, Red Mendoza po from the Manila Times. I know na yung budget cut po is on the House level. But what if the Senate retains those cuts? Ano pong masasabi niyo po doon? If the Senate retains the same amount na pinropose ng OVP. And number 2, removing of the lease contracts, does that mean natatanggalan niyo po ng power ang OVP to lease buildings for their satellite offices? So ibig po sabihin, isasarap parang you're technically removing the power of the OVP to have these satellite offices?
Doon po sa first question. So what happens if the Senate decides to approve a different version? So yun po ang dahilan kung bakit meron tayong bicameral meeting. So kung saan po kailangan magkita ang representatives ng Congress, representatives ng Senate, uupo po sila and they will have to iron out the differences to come up with a single version. Yun po ang dahilan bakit kailangan magkita-kita ulit pagkatapos po maaprubahan ng Senate naman ang kanilang version. At malamang sa dami po ng line items ng ating GAB, for sure, ay meron pong differences ang 2 version. Ngayon po, pagdating po sa lease expenses, ang lumabas po sa ating pandinig ay marami pong opisina ang ating OVP, hindi lang isa, katulad ng ating mga previous vice presidents na they only maintained a single office. Lumabas naman po sa ating hearings na mayroong 10 satellite offices and 2 extension offices. And this is likely the reason why lease expenses umabot sa 53 million pesos na mas malaki ng dihamak compared to the previous vice presidents. So, minabuti po naming balik po siya sa levels ng 2022 na kung saan ang Vice President natin noon only maintained a single office. So, as I explained earlier, pagdating po sa budget execution, bahala na po ang executive dyan. Exactly how they will use the 32 million that we had approved ay bahala na po sila doon. Kung magka-cancel po ba sila ng contracts, kung sila po ba ay magte-take in ng donations, that is completely up to them how they will implement or execute the budget. As far as we are concerned, kung ito po ay maging final number, yung approved amount of, yung recommended amount of 80.732 million, kung ma-reduce po siya to 30.426 million, how that will be spent exactly. Kung in the end, 1 contract lang siya, that is completely up to them. Yes.
Ma'am, kasi I heard nga po the word donation. So, if ever man nagkulang po yung budget ng OVP, are they allowed to take in donations?
Yes, they are allowed. There is a general provision in our GAA. They are allowed to take in donations so long as if those donations come from foreign governments, meron pong kailangan na clearance from the Office of the President. Yun lang po ang limitation po.
Hi, Stella Krisha from The Inquirer po. Ma'am, can you walk us through how the committee eventually decided to slash the budget po?
So, ang lumabas po sa ating hearings is Of course, nagkaroon ng problema sa paggamit ng confidential funds. But moot and academic naman because last year pa lang ay tinanggal na natin ang confidential funds. Wala pong proposed budget for confidential funds in 2025. So at least that's out of the way. Pagdating naman po sa regular programs, ang lumabas sa hearing ay number 1, tila napakadaming opisina. Bakit? Whereas the previous vice presidents did not have those nationwide offices. Number 2, bakit napakadaming social programs na ini-implement, tila redundant? Bakit merong sariling medical assistance program, meron naman tayong MAIFIP sa DOH? Bakit merong sariling burial assistance? Meron naman tayong AIX sa DSWD. At ang AIX at saka MAIFIP, these are mga programa na subok na. So, yun ang mga dalawang, kumbaga, nangibabaw na findings mula sa COA. And at the same time, lumabas din po na mababa ang utilization rate. Ang dami pong natirang pondo mula sa social programs. And at the same time, meron din lumabas na mga problema, implementation problems resulting from lack of implementation details or protocol according to the COA. At kung naalala niyo po, ay halos may mga similar problems doon po sa DepEd, tulad po ng mga problema sa delivery, nagka-problema po sa mga nabubulok ng mga tinapay, etc. So, ang sabi namin is, why don't we just transfer the funds for financial assistance to the national government agencies na subok na. It doesn't mean na mababawasan ang kanyang pagtulong, ang pagtulong ng OVP. Ang sinasabi lang po natin is ililipat lang natin doon sa mga ahensya na yan at pwede nang kunin ng OVP ang allocation nila doon mismo sa DSWD at DOH, katulad po ng ginagawa ng Congress at ng Senate. At on our part, by transferring those funds, that ensures the OVP na meron silang sapat na alokasyon na kakayanin nilang ma-implement. So ganun po ang naging main decision. And at the same time po, as I had mentioned earlier, pagdating sa rent, na-explain ko na po yun. And at the same time, tinignan din po namin yung professional services na tila malaki ang budget for consultants.
Good morning, Kong Hana po from Billionario News Channel. Ma'am, clarify ko lang, medyo technical question. May breakdown na po ba dun sa amount na mapupunta sa AIX and dun sa MAIFIP?
Yes. So, ang mapupunta po sa AIX ay additional 646,532,796. At sa MAIFIP naman, ang dagdag po dyan is 646,533,796. As you can see, almost equal amounts. And at the same time, I would like to note that this would include yung professional services. So yung professional services na tinanggal po natin sa OVP ay inilipat po natin dito po sa DSWD at sa DOH. In other words, kung meron mga job order or consultants na tumutulong po sa ating Vice President to implement her social programs, ang sabi po namin, we will put that allocation for those people doon po sa mga ahensya. In other words, ang naging very important principle is wala po tayong we will preserve jobs. Yun ang naging napaka-importanting pinag-isipan po.
Okay po, thank you po.
Question. Okay. Kung ibig sabihin mo ba, kasi kinompute ko itong sa propose ng OBP, DBM sa OBP, yung financial assistance subsidies, 947 million, under nun yung medical assistance, educational assistance, burial assistance, pagnegosyo taday, pagkatapos dun sa supplies and materials welfare goods, 295 million pesos, under nun yung pagbabago campaign bags, disaster operation, rice food bags, kalusugan, food truck, pansarap, lahat ba to wala na sa OBP Social Services budget?
So yung pong financial assistance amounting to 947,445,000, yan po is completely transferred. Okay? At yung portion naman po ng ibang nabanggit niyo po na welfare goods, which are under supplies and materials, we estimated that to be about 200 million. Kaya yun po ang inalis po natin doon po sa by object na supplies and materials expense. So ang proposed po is 401,227,000. So we removed 200 million from that. So ang matitira po is 201,227,000.
Last na lang pong follow-up. Kasi the OVP has a libreng sakay program. Maapektuhan po ba yung libreng sakay program na yon? Kasi medyo may component din yun sa kanilang budget. And by how much po yung matatanggal sa libreng sakay program nila?
Well, judging po from, at least from the 2023 report, there were procurements amounting to, kung natatandaan ko correctly, about 24 million pesos for vehicles. So, tingin ko po, since nabili na po yun, ay pwede na po nilang ipagpatuloy yun. At meron naman po natitirang pondo para sa other MOE expenses para sa gasolina. So, not necessarily po, no? Again, it's completely up to them na ipagpatuloy ang programa na yun.
Good morning po, Kong Rose po sa UNTV. As the Senior Vice Chairperson of the Appropriations Committee, can you address the beneficiaries of the social service programs of the Office of the Vice President that will be affected by the pending budget cuts, considering the Vice President Duterte's statements na there were reports na napupolitika po yung social services program of DSWD?
Sa mga benepisyaryo po ng ating OVP, huwag po kayong mag-alala. Dahil ang pondo po natin para sa social services program ay intact po at nilagay po natin sa DSWD at DOH ang mga under specific programs, AIX and MAIFIP na sa totoo lang po subok na po in terms of service delivery. Yung pong sinasabing GL, yung guarantee letter na ini-issue ng DOH, yun po yung MAIFIP. Pagdating naman po sa yung binibigay po na assistance ng DSWD, yung burial assistance, medical assistance, educational assistance, at kung ano-ano pang assistance, food packs, etc. Ito naman po yung AIX. So ito pong 947 million, yan po, buong-buo po, plus more, kasi including yung budget po para sa mga consultants or JO, para sigurado po na talagang ma-deliver ng maayos ang serbisyo sa inyo. Yan din po ay nilipat natin sa mga tamang ahensya.
Congresswoman Earl po from IBC News 13. Ipag-isahin ko na lang po. When we say, Congresswoman, na unanimous yung naging decision ng Committee on Appropriations, lahat po ba ng members ay doon sa meeting ay nag-yes ng vote? And then, would it be better if personally a-attend si VP Sara sa plenary debates?
Lahat po ng nag-attend kahapon during the EXICOM ay lahat po sila ay nag-agree po dito sa decision ng committee na i-reduce ang amount para sa OVP as recommended for plenary debates. Yun po ang nangyari kahapon. At pagdating naman po sa kung ano ang inaasahan natin sa presensya ng ating mahal na Vice President, sana naman po ay sila po ay dumalo. It's a very important part of the process. So kahit na hindi sila mismo ang sasagot, isipin po nila na kumbaga po meron po silang spokesperson. Ganun lang naman po. As you know, pagdating sa plenary debates, ang kaibahan lang naman po doon sa committee hearing is hindi sila pwede mismo ang magsalita sa mikropono. Sila po ay merong spokesperson, isa ring congressman. Pero sa totoo lang po, lahat ng mga sagot, halos lahat naman po, ay talagang binubulong lang naman talaga ng ahensya doon po sa congressman. So, this is a good opportunity for them. Again, hindi po kami perpekto. It's a recommended amount. We are still open to debate and discussion. So, kung meron pang input na kailangan po namin malaman, at meron silang apela sa amin na dapat dagdagan ito for whatever reason, kami po ay very willing to listen to all of those inputs. Willing na willing po. Kaya we are inviting all agencies for that matter. At sa totoo lang naman po, never naman po tayo hindi siniputan sa plenaryo. Kaya inaasahan po natin ang kanilang pagdalo.
Good morning po. if we will implement yung budget cuts, meaning the Vice President also need to cut down her security scores, it's more than 400. So yung expenses lang po doon masyadong malaki. At isa-shutdown na po ba yung, are you recommending na i-shutdown na rin yung mga satellite office? Kasi 53 million po yung budget doon eh.
Well, again po, kung makikita nyo, no, I will give you a copy of the bill or the amendments to the bill. Ganito po itsura niya, puro numero. So wala pong nakasulat na specific recommendation to cut contracts or to hire people. Hindi po ganon. Because again, we approve the budget amounts, but the executive implements that amount. So in the end po, kung ganito po yung amount ng lease that is available to them, ang inaasahan nila ay 80 million, pero kunwari ang nakuha lang nila ay 32, kailangan nilang pagkasyahin yun. If that will mean doing certain things, ay nasa sa kanila na po yun. Ay ganun din po pagdating sa security. But again, lilinawin ko po, hindi po natin ginalaw ang personnel services. Mabigat po ang aming pagtingin dyan na pagdating po sa trabaho ay kailangan po natin yan i-maintain. So again, bahala po sila kung ano ang gagawin nila dyan.
Good morning, Congresswoman Stella. Bill Kitigonan, DCRH. Kong, will it make a difference if the Vice President attended the budget hearing at pwede ba nating sabihin na hindi siguro ganito kalaki yung slash sa budget ng Office of the Vice President? Thank you, ma'am.
Siguro po only to the extent na merong paliwanag dun sa hindi po natin maintindihan. Kasi halimbawa, merong mga tanong na bakit merong satellite offices in specific locations. Ang COA ay paulit-ulit na tinanong ng mga congressman at syempre po ang sagot ng COA, ang maganda pong tanongin ay mismo ang OVP. So, only to that extent that if we can get better answers, better justifications, baka po. Pero kung hindi naman po magbabago or hindi naman po magbibigay ng dagdag na input, palagay ko, ito na rin po ang kauuwian ng desisyon ng ating komite.
Umani naman ito ng iba't ibang reaksyon mula sa ating mga netizens. Ayon kay Chad Mendoza, sana hindi na sila nahiyang i-zero ang budget ng OVP kasi nandito naman kaming mga Pilipino na handa siyang tulungan. Kanila na yung bilyon na pera, gastahin nila sa kaka-travel, party, at concert. Pahayag naman ni Lon Gradle, tapos yung mamamahagi ng ayuda from DSWD ay mga politiko rin. Aba matindi, kunwari collaboration with local LGU or senator pero mas malaki pa pagmamuka ng politiko sa tarpaulin kumpara sa acronym na DSWD. At ito naman ang saloobin mula sa ating kababayan na si Mertel Kentel, so dapat pati mga budget ng congressman busisiin din, dapat walang excuse sa scrutinization ng budget. Tanggalin na yung time-honored ang tradisyon ng Senado at Kongreso tapos dapat transparent yung BICAM sa pag-allocate ng budget ng government. Mga kababayan, feel free to comment below para maglabas ng saloobin sa balitang ito.